Hello everyone, I hope you all are good, doing well. So today we are here again with one of the important theme with respect to our UPSC examination. And the theme of today's lecture is Mahatma Gandhi and his ideology especially, and the relevance and the application of his ideology in the contemporary world. So today we are going to look in detail with his how we can apply his ideology and principle. Not only we have applied during our freedom struggle, but how we can use it still in the present situation. So this lecture is being presented by me and it's prepared by me as well. So my name is Shama. So let's start this lecture and let's understand why we are celebrating. So before that, time and again I always emphasize whatever you guys are reading, try to connect it with your syllabus. And if I talk about Gandhi ji, we can connect it in prelims in with the respect to our history, modern history. We can connect it if I talk about the GS paper in mains, we can connect it there also in GS paper 1. We can connect this also with GS paper 4 in ethics. We might can get the question in essay paper also, and as well as in the interview this question can be asked, like the relevance of Gandhi's ideology in contemporary world. So let's start and let's move further. So let's have a quick or like why I picked this topic, because today is 30th Jan and today is the day when Gandhi ji was shot, and today is his death anniversary. So every year we celebrate his death anniversary on 30th Jan, and today 30th January is known as the Shaheed Divas. So you should remember this day and you should remember with what name we celebrate it. So if I talk about the Mahatma Gandhi was a leader of India's national movement, and his philosophy of truth, non-violence, self-sufficiency shaped India's struggle for freedom and continues to influence modern society as well. So Gandhi's philosophy, if we talk, then we can say that the life and teaching of Mahatma Gandhi was a kind of a towering figure in the history of civil right, non-violent resistance and social justice, and can be better understood via the study of Gandhian ideology and its fundamental principle. So in today's lecture, we will deal in detail or in depth the analysis of Gandhi's political philosophy, dwelling into its fundamental tenets such as non-violence, truth, self-reliance, welfare for all. We also called it as a Sarvodaya, equality, simplicity, decentralization of power, constructive work and fearlessness, as well as cleanliness. So we will shed insight on the ongoing legacy of Mahatma Gandhi ideology by explaining the historical context as well as the contemporary relevance of it in which these ideas have developed. So how they were applied in the movement for India's independence and how it is relevant in modern global effort for justice and peace. So the ideology of Mahatma Gandhi serves as a timelessly relevant source of motivation for people and movements committed to social reform. It provides a roadmap for ethical leadership, conflict resolution, the quest of a world that is more equal and compensate. So let's talk about the core Gandhi principle. The first principle which we can see here, like Gandhi ideology is based on the teaching and principle of Mahatma Gandhi itself. So it encompasses a wide range of value and belief. So we are going to discuss some of this principle of Gandhian ideology. The first principle which we are going to discuss, that is non-violence, and we can call it as a ahimsa also. So the non-violence is perhaps the most fundamental principle of Gandhian ideology. Gandhi believed in the power of non-violence as a means to resist oppression and injustice. He practiced non-violence in thought, words and deed, emphasizing the compassion and non-harming towards all living beings. So the next ideology or the major principle of Gandhian ideology was truth, that is said to be Satyagraha, which means truth force or soul force, is closely tied to non-violence, and Gandhi believed in the importance of speaking the truth at all cost and considered it cornerstone of his Satyagraha movement. So you might, if you guys have read the biography of Gandhi ji, you might have encountered that in his childhood he has done something and then he came to home and he explained the truth. So I'm not going to explain that story here. I request you all to read that book, the biography of Mahatma Gandhi, and so that you will better understand or connect with this personality. Next point which we are going to see, that is self-reliance, and we also called it Swadeshi. So Gandhi advocate for self-sufficiency and self-reliance at both at the individual level as well as at the national level. He promoted the use of local resource and the revival of traditional handicraft to reduce dependence on foreign goods. Next, his philosophy, his ideology was Sarvodaya, that is welfare for all. So Gandhian ideology stressed the importance of working for welfare of all, especially for the marginalized and downtrodden section of our society. He believed in eliminating social inequality and creating a just society where poorest would benefit. The next ideology or the principle we are going to talk, that is simple living. Gandhi himself practiced a simple living, and his lifestyle, if you have seen, which he considered essential for personal as well as social well-being. So he advocated for minimizing material desire and living in harmony with the nature. The another ideology of him, that is equality and unity. So Gandhi was a staunch advocate for religious and social harmony. He worked tirelessly to bridge the gap between different religion caste group, promoting unity and equality among all people. So the situation which we are living today, where we are seeing the war on the name of religion, especially if we look after the Iran Gaza, with the war which is going on there, we can see the conflict which we see in India at the domestic level also. So don't you think that we need to again highlight and we need to again bring this principle on the surface, and we have to make India again we have to promote unity as well as equality among our people. So the next ideology which we are going to discuss, that is decentralization of power. So Gandhi was in favor of decentralized political and economic structure. He believed that local self-government and community-based decision making were essential for just and equitable society. So because of his ideology, it was also adopted in directive principle of state policy, that is in DPSP part 4 of Indian Constitution, where we see where we have put the point of establishment of village panchayat, and because of this only we have seen 73rd and 74th constitutional amendment, which has given the constitutional importance or validity to the Panchayati Raj institution as well as municipal corporation or urban local government, I could say. The next is about constructive work. So Gandhi believed in combining activism with constructive work. He encouraged individuals and communities to engage in a productive activities that would not only uplift them economically but also contribute to the betterment of society. The another principle was fearlessness. So Gandhi promoted fearlessness as a virtue. He believed that individuals should not be afraid to stand up for their convictions and principles, even in the face of oppositions or persecution. So we have seen his fearlessness during the freedom struggle movement also. Next point which he has promoted, that is Swachhata, that is cleanliness. So Gandhi emphasized the importance of cleanliness both in physical as well as moral sense. He believed that a clean environment and a clean heart are essential for the personal as well as societal well-being. So these principles of Gandhian ideology continue to inspire movement for social justice, peace and civil right around the world also. So Gandhi's life and teaching serves a timeless example of how one's commitment to truth, non-violent social justice can lead to profound positive change in society. So if let's move further, and what we are going to see further, the overview of historical context of Gandhian ideology. So Gandhian ideology is what, like I already says, it is the ideology of Mahatma Gandhi, and it emerged and evolved within a specific historical context, primarily during the late 19th and early 20th century in India. So understanding this historical backdrop is crucial for comprehending the development and relevance of Gandhian ideology. So let's have a brief overview here. So the first we are seeing British colonial rule. So India was under British colonial rule for nearly 2 centuries, starting from the mid of 18th century. So by the late 19th century, Indians were increasingly agitating for independence and self-rule due to the harsh economic, political, social impact of British colonialism. So next point which we are going to see, Indian nationalism. So the late 19th and 20th century saw the rise of Indian nationalism and the formation of organizations advocating for self-governance. So leaders like Bal Gangadhar Tilak, Bipin Chandrapal, Dadabhai Naroji, they laid the groundwork for the struggle for independence. If we talk about the world event, the period also coincided with the like significant global event, like we can see the World War First that happened in the year 1914 to 18. Then we have encountered World War Second, that is 1939 to 44, and 45, I think you might check, I'm forgetting 1939 to 44 or 45. Correct me if I'm wrong. So which had repercussion on British colonial rule and India's national movement as well. The next one which we are seeing, that is a racial discrimination and social injustice. So Gandhi's early experience in South Africa, like we have seen what he has gone through and how he has with his ideology changed the mindset of government as well. So with his experience in South Africa exposed him to like the experiences of Gandhi in South Africa has exposed him to the racial discrimination and injustice against Indian, which deeply influenced in his view on non-violence and civil disobedience as a tool for social change. The next we can see Satyagraha and non-violent resistance. So Gandhi development of the concept of Satyagraha, that is a truth force, and his experiments with non-violent resistance began in South Africa and were refined and applied to India's struggle for independence. Let's talk about the Salt March and civil disobedience. One of the most iconic event I could say in the Indian independence movement was Salt March, which started I think in the year 1930, where Gandhi and his follower walked around 240 miles for 24 days to protest the British salt tax, demonstrating the power of non-violent as well as civil disobedience. So Great Depression, like the world encountered the global economic crisis that the whole world has faced in the year 1930 and 29, I could say, coupled with India's economic hardship under British rule, contributed to the growing discontent and strengthened the resolve for self-rule. So let's talk about the contemporary relevance. I have given like with one thought of him, I have given one quote. So I request you to read this quote and you can write it down in your notebook also, because there is a possibility you might get the questions in essay paper on this quote and you can use it also while writing your answer. So the contemporary relevance, what we can see here. So truthfulness, if we see, that is Satya. So what is the quote which has been given by Gandhi? That is, truth stands even if there be no public support. It is self-sustained. So in today's world where we are seeing a lot of misinformation, fake news and the use of AI, like, so Gandhi emphasized on the truth is more relevant than ever. So responsible journalism, I can say, with its rigorous fact-checking standard, embodies the commitment to truthfulness. So these institutions have learned from Gandhi that the trust must always prevail. So like especially if we talk about the media, this is what we are talking. So let's next point, non-violence, that is ahimsa. In a gentle way you can shake the world. So this was the quote which has been given by Gandhi. So think of a global protest for peace and social justice, where peaceful resistance and non-violent civil disobedience have sparked change. Movement like recently we have encountered, that is Black Lives Matter. We have seen the Extinctions Rebellion, where enduring the power of ahimsa. The words of Martin Luther Jr. echoes Gandhi's principle when he said, darkness cannot drive out darkness, only light can do. So hate cannot drive out hate, only love can do that. So you can use it again. If I talk about the simplicity, what Gandhi has said, live simply so that other may simply live. So in a contemporary situation, we can see the tiny house movement, where people downsize their living space to reduce their environmental impact, is a modern expression of simplicity, and it echoes Gandhi's belief in living with only what is essential. Embarrassing the simplicity can also lead to the more sustainable and less consumer driven society. Let's talk about the self reliance, that is Swaraj. So freedom is not worth having if it does not include the freedom to make mistake. So making mistake is very important, then only you learn. So in the contemporary era, we can see, in era marked by the globalization and technological advancement, Gandhi's principle of self-reliance takes a new meaning. So the open source software movement, with its emphasis on the collaboration of community-driven development, reflect the spirit of self-reliance. So it is a modern echo of Gandhi call for individual and commitment to be self-sufficient. So let's talk about the compassions and services, I could say, that is seva. So the simplest act of kindness are by far more powerful than 1,000 heads bowing in prayer. So this line is something which has hit me very hard, and I hope it can hit you. So it's like a request also, be kind, not only with others, to yourself also, with yourself also. So in a world marked by social inequality and division, embarrassing compassions and service can foster empathy and unity. Charitable organization like Doctor Without Border, UPSC has asked question with this Doctor Without Border, simplify the spirit of compassion and service. So they provide medical care to those in the need, regardless of the background, embodying the Gandhian idea of selfless service. So this was the last point which I was talking. Let's come to the conclusion. So one of the most famous quote of Gandhi ji that I have written here: be the change that you wish to see in the world. So first, if we want to have a clean society, first we have to clean our home. If we want to see we want a leader, or we want politicians who should work for us, or who should be true and who should fulfill, like we also try to do the same like we should start practicing from with ourselves. So there is a continuing, I could say, Gandhi's advocacy for the world trodden, emphasize on sustainability and vision of global peace with the modern concern and aspirations of peoples today. As we consider the legacy of ideology of Gandhi, we are brought back to the realization that tenet of truth, non-violence, justice have stood the test of time and continue to be the fundamental to our effort to create a world that is more just, equitable and compassionate. So the life and teaching of Gandhi serves as an ever-relevant source of motivation and a call to action for all those who are interested in bringing about a constructive change in the society. So I hope you understood what I'm trying to. So that's all for today, and do try to remember the quote which I have given and the factual information which time and again I have emphasized. So that is relevant for your examinations. So that's all for today, and if you like this lecture, I request you to hit the like button. Do share with your family and friends, and don't forget to subscribe our channel. That's all for today. See you soon. Till then, take care. Thank you.